You lived an entire life. Before the age of 3. You were born. You opened your eyes for the first time. You heard your mother's voice. You took your first steps. You said your first word. And you remember none of it. Not a single moment. Most people think the answer is simple. You were too young. Your brain wasn't ready. But that's not really true. And the real answer? It's way stranger than you think. Real quick, if you're into content that makes you question how your mind actually works, hit subscribe. We break this down every week. Because your baby brain wasn't failing to record your life. It was recording everything. Your memories were there. They just didn't survive. Back in 1905, Sigmund Freud gave this a name. Infantile amnesia. But here's the twist, babies can form memories. In the 1980s, psychologist Carolyn Rovi Collier ran a simple experiment. She tied a ribbon from a baby's ankle to a mobile above their crib. The babies learned fast, kick, and the mobile moves. Days later, when brought back, they remembered. Even 2-month-olds could hold that memory for days. 6-month-olds. 4 weeks. So the brain can learn, store, and recall. But those memories don't last. By adulthood, they're gone. Part of the answer is structural. Deep in your brain is the hippocampus, your memory engine. In adults, it works with the prefrontal cortex to store long-term memories. But in infants, that system isn't fully built yet. So your baby brain could create short-term memories. It just couldn't lock them in. But that's only half the story. Because something else was happening at the same time. Something wild. In 2014, neuroscientists Sheena Jocelyn and Paul Franklin proposed this idea. What if the process that builds your brain also destroys your memories? In early life, your brain is producing neurons at a crazy rate. This is called neurogenesis. It's how your brain grows. But there's a catch. Every new neuron rewires existing connections, including the ones holding your memories. So as your brain was building itself, it was also overriding what came before. Your memories weren't never saved. They were replaced. Your brain kept building new rooms and tearing down the old ones. But there's one more layer. And it changes everything. To form real, lasting memories, the kind where you are the main character, you need a sense of self. But before about 18 to 24 months, that you doesn't fully exist yet. Researchers like Mark Howe and Mary Courage showed that babies don't recognize themselves in a mirror until around that age. Before that, there's no clear identity. No inner narrator. No, this happened to me. So now think about this. If your brain was constantly rewiring, and your sense of self didn't exist yet, was that baby in your old photos really you? Or someone else? Who just lived in the same body? And finally, language. Psychologist Catherine Nelson found that language doesn't just describe memories. It organizes them. Before you had words, your experiences were just raw data. Sounds, emotions, sensations. No structure. No story. Once language develops, memory starts sticking. Without it, moments just fade. So what really happened to your earliest years? It wasn't one thing. It was everything. Your brain wasn't fully developed. New neurons kept rewriting old memories. You had no stable sense of self. And no language to hold it all together. Every human goes through this. Everyone has a black hole where their first years should be. And the real answer isn't that your brain was too simple. It's that your brain was doing something way more important than remembering. It was becoming you. And to do that, it had to let go of who you were before. Brain sparkles.